with me, Dr. Hlami Ngwenya. I am your host for this beautiful, beautiful show called The African Experience. You know already what we are doing on this show. We are profiling, Africans who are doing, extraordinary things, the people who are pushing boundaries, the people who are not leaving any stone unturned, but really, really, the people who are not satisfied with their status quo. They go all out, they push the boundaries and they change their lives and the lives of other people. This is the African Experience show. Normally I'm not alone. I'm always with my co-host Mandla Aventina Mabunda. She's not here tonight. She might be joining because she goes around and really looking for, those African stories. It doesn't get any better than this. As we are celebrating, Women's Month, and I think we are almost at the end of, that Women's Month, we have yet another powerhouse, a beautiful, beautiful woman, a beautiful soul. Her story is so inspiring. I can't wait to hear what she has to say, to share with us. Let us welcome none other than Dr. Ntsako Mbokota. Dr. Ntsako, welcome to the African Experience Show.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hlami. Thank you for having me at the show, and thank you to all the listeners who've joined in as well.
I'm so super, super excited about your story. I've been following you on social media and I saw something you were posting and I'm like, no, this can't be. This can't be a Black or maybe an African woman being able to do this. And I'm like, no, 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 this is definitely a story that need to be told, a story that need to be shared, through, our African Experience show. That is a beautiful, beautiful story. I'm sure our listeners are waiting patiently to hear what you have in store for us. Perhaps maybe let me start by asking, who are you? Who is Dr. Ntsako Mbokota, just in a nutshell?
Oh, wow. Dr. Ntsako Mbokota is, first of all, a daughter of the Most High God. Um, Secondly, I am a daughter. I've got two parents, daughter of Dr. and Pastor S.K. Masale. And I'm a wife to the handsome Bogota, a mother as well. And of course, an entrepreneur and a medical doctor at the same time. So, in a nutshell, that's who I am. Yes.
You know what? I'm just looking at you. You look young, you look beautiful. And okay, maybe let me say you look young, and when I read your profile and I'm looking at, all the things that we have achieved so far, and I'm like, oh, how do people do it? And I'm happy that you are making this time to talk to us. And I'm sure your story will inspire a young woman out there. It will inspire, and even an old woman out there. It will also inspire young men, as much as I was inspired by it. And I'm looking, oh, it is possible, it is doable. And I'm so, so happy. Okay, let's maybe take a step back and really trying to understand who you are, where your roots are, how was it like, growing up. And then we'll come to your academic journey because, definitely you're medical, practitioner in your own right. Where would you say your roots are and how was it like, growing up?
I'm a young, bright-eyed lady or young girl. Let's take me back to when I was younger. I come from Malamlele, which is in Limpopo province here in South Africa. I was born here, raised here, with stars in my eyes, I must say, right from the beginning. Raised as a, I came up as a young dreamer, went to school at Khanyisa Education Center in Kiani, and that's where I think, everything really, really started. Um, in Khanyisa Education Center, grade one all the way up to grade 12. And that's where, I got all the learning that I needed to have. I remember a very nice story. My headmaster called me a young lady with a gift of the gab, which means a young lady who has the ability to speak and articulate herself in a very profound manner right from a very young age.
Mm.
So I would just talk about maybe my schooling. Maybe
Mm.
is what you're asking, or should I go back into my childhood? Um,
Whatever you want to share, whatever in your journey that can inspire someone, we don't restrict. Yes. Hmm.
So, in my schooling, I found myself as someone who had a few gifts that were integrated together. So that would include sporting activities. I participated in a lot of sporting activities, participated in the debate team. I was there in the drama team, choir. So whatever it was that was there, I would avail myself to do it. But that also comes from where I am from. So I always tell people that I come from greatness. So
Mm.
I've come from parents who really did push the envelope. My mother is someone who would fill up stadiums in her prime, bringing women together and just for the glory of the Lord. And my dad is someone who pushed the envelope in the education department. So I grew up watching my parents really, really push the envelope in the sectors that they were in. And
Mm.
that really inspired me right from a young age to say that if I come from these people, clearly there is something that has been
Yeah.
instilled in me that I need to pursue and achieve. And yeah, I think we're doing very well so far.
I love, the fact that, you're talking about pushing the envelope. Yeah. So you learn from your parents, they're pushing the envelope, and you say, you know what, this is the standard, that I want, to uphold. And, bravo, to the parents out there. Thank you so much for supporting, this young lady who we are proud of today. I just want to maybe take a step back. You say when you were in high school, you were doing drama, you were doing, I don't know. So you were doing multiple things, but those things did not stop you from excelling academically. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes, that is
Okay.
correct. So there was an ability right from a young age to be able
Mm.
to juggle a few things and be able to tap into the different giftings that I was given. Love the art. I'm very, very creative.
Yeah.
Love art. So
Mm.
that creativity came in even through, the sporting activities, the drama, the choir. Really I love to be on stage, love to be in front and just showcase all the gifts that I was given right from a young age. Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. If there are parents out there who are listening, don't stop your children, from multitasking. Here is a young lady. She did art, sports, choir, drama, but she still excel, academically. Because I'm saying this because as parents, sometimes we caution our kids, oh no, you have to do one thing so that you can focus on your studies. But yet there are children who are multi-talented. They are able to actually do both, academically and also, do extramural activities. And I think you are one of those. Okay, fast forward. Here you finish your high school and you want to go and pursue your career. What did you study and what inspired you to actually follow that, career path?
So this is quite an interesting story because I always say that I didn't really want to do medicine such that it was my only choice. I actually got a letter from this university to say that I've been accepted into medicine. While I was at Rhodes University, I had won a journalism grade 12 journalism excellence award, and they had called me into Rhodes University to go and see their campus and join the journalism department. And I
Okay.
remember getting a call from my dad saying, "Hey, come back. You've been accepted into medicine." So medicine came, really the inspiration behind it was from a sad story of the loss of my grandmother who
Mm.
passed on because of cancer. And I didn't understand that how could
Mm.
someone that I have seen being so strong really end up in that way. So I really wanted to find out what's the story behind that. And medicine seemed like a nice fit at that time. Only to find that it was not easy. We're smiling now, but pursuing medicine is one of those things that really must be a calling. So I think it was some sort of a calling to go into the health sector.
Mm,
Another inspiration was that, uh, taking it back to the parents, there was
mm,
one particular afternoon where my dad took me out into the garden, and as I was trying to explain how I was struggling with biology, and he
mm,
said, "Listen, I'm going to simplify biology for you.
mm,
It's one part basically, and every other organ is feeding into it."
mm.
And from there I went and I excelled in biology in high school, allowing me to go into medicine. But I took those principles to simplify medicine to its core, like really simplify all those deep words and say, what are they exactly trying to explain here? If it's a
Mm,
pipe, okay, then esophagus, then food goes in, and then there is a pancreas that feeds in the digestive enzymes. There's this that feeds in that. The spleen comes in there, the liver comes in there, and then all of that came into sort of one big um, 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 simplified uh, um, concept that allowed me to get through 6 years of intense training. So yeah.
wow. Wow, that is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. I wish I could meet your dad because, that teacher who liked to simplify, things and education and all that. And because of that, you fell in love, with the subject, and you fell in love, with the profession. Sometimes we, we deal with, these complex words, and it's so complex that, we get blocked, that, we won't be able to do that. And I'm learning something, from you, that, yeah, let's simplify things so that, our children and people can actually understand. I can attest to that a lot, because in the work that I do, I also try to simplify, these complex words, because once you want it simpler, and then it makes it easier for people to understand. Okay, now fast forward. Here you are studying medicine. 6 years, you said. Where did you study?
So I studied a Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery, which is an MBBCH at the University of the Witwatersrand. So
Mhm,
I've got that vintage.
mhm.
Yeah, that's where I studied my medicine undergraduate.
Okay. But your story doesn't end there. So here you are, you're a qualified, medical practitioner. Then you start working, you have your practice, or what happened then? Because I want to do fast forward, to what actually made me attracted, to your story. It wasn't your ordinary medicine that attracted me to your story, but there's something bigger there. But let's keep it a little bit, so we entice people, so take us through. Now you are a qualified medical practitioner. What are you doing then?
So right after qualification, you have to go through 2 years of internship, which I
Mm,
did at a hospital called Leratong Hospital. Then
mhm,
went on to do my community service, and then did a medical officer period for about 2 years. Then,
mm,
interestingly, I ran at a very young age a GP practice for 3 years,
mhm,
and in the Val area. And then another curveball happened. I went on to go and specialize in hematology. So hematology is a specialty of the blood cancers and all of that. I pursued that for about 4 years, and came out with a master's in medicine in hematology, published in an international journal. And then
yeah.
the call came again to pivot. Then I pivoted into aesthetics, which is where I am right now. Um,
Okay, okay. Let's take this, step by step. And the reason why I want us to take it step by step is because, I mean, listening to your journey, from high school, somebody who puts in your all, you excel, and that excellence, it doesn't just come. It comes because you put your time, you put your energy, you do that. So you study medicine for 6 years, you go and do the intern, and you feel, this is not sufficient. Then you go and study, what did you call it? Hema something something? Yeah, well,
Hematology.
I don't know about that, but anyway, you explain. So you study for another 4 years. Then after 4 years, then you think, oh no, no, now you go into another direction. Okay, so tell us, this other direction that you went into. Yeah.
So then I went into aesthetics, and aesthetics in combination with what we call regenerative medicine.
I see.
So aesthetics was a natural pivot for me because in hematology, I learned the basics of DNAs and in the blood and the cells in the blood and what they do and how they work. And
Mm,
aesthetics works with the regenerative medicine properties whereby we are actually injecting platelet-rich plasma, which is from the blood, onto
mm,
your skin to regenerate your skin. We
I see.
actually also inject intravenous therapy to regenerate your body and bring you to your prime. So the 4 years in hematology tied in excellently to the aesthetics to create a almost unique practice that I have now, which focuses on health, body, and skin.
We will unpack that. I think we need to pay the bills. We're gonna take a commercial break. When we come back, I want you to unpack that. And the reason why I'm saying this, I know I've interacted with doctors and all that, but the two areas that you spoke about, I'm actually hearing it for the first time. So I would like us to go back, to the hematologist again, because I think it's a new thing that I'm hearing for the first time, and seeing somebody who looks like me having done that, it just makes me, feel excited, and it makes me feel, oh, actually it's doable, and then now you go to this other part, I'm not even able to pronounce that. And I see somebody who looks like me, and not just somebody who looks like me, but somebody who speaks like me, who's doing this. It makes me feel a little bit, excited about that. DJ Messi, let's take a commercial break. When we come back, I want us to unpack that again because it is exciting for me. Let's take a commercial break. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go away.
Are you ready for the ultimate dietary powerhouse? Look no further than Masana Dietitian's Nutro Boost. Our scientifically formulated low GI food is designed to give you the boost you need to fuel your body and reach your health goals. With NutriBoost, you have the flexibility to enjoy it as a high fiber cereal or a satisfying shake. Simply mix it with water and indulge in the mouth-watering flavors that we have to offer. But that's not all. NutriBoost is packed with essential nutrients that are beneficial for your overall well-being. Enriched with 20 immune-boosting vitamins and minerals, it's a convenient and effective way to support your immune system. And here's the best part. NutriBoost is gluten-free, egg-free, and high in omega-3, making it suitable for those with dietary restrictions or allergies. Need an energy boost? NutriBoost has you covered. It's high in energy and protein, providing you with the fuel you need to power through your day. Whether it's a busy morning or an intense workout session, say goodbye to midday slumps and hello to sustained energy with NutriBoost. Try it today and experience the difference. For orders or to become a distributor, contact us on the following details.
Wow, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the African Experience. You are with me, Dr. Hlami Ngwenya. I'm not alone. I'm talking to a wonderful, wonderful woman. She's so diverse, she's so dynamic, and she's just opening my mind and my eyes to the new field of medicine that I never knew existed. And I'm really, really so excited about her story. Dr. Ntsako, before we went on an ad break, I still wanted you to slowly and unpack, these two areas of specialization that, you pursued. The first one you said is a hematologist. Is that correct? Yeah. No, because I know when you said that at the back of my mind, I'm thinking of dermatologists, but no. This is not. This is hematologist, and you spoke about you specialize in blood and yeah. Tell us a little bit more about that, and then we'll go to the next level. Yeah.
So hematology is a specialty where we use the we sort of look into the microscope to diagnose the different skin conditions, and not skin, blood conditions. I'm saying skin now because I've pivoted into the skin, but to diagnose different blood conditions. A hematologist is the glue between all the doctors, because what needs to happen is before anyone can go into theater, before any baby can be born, before anything can happen in the medical field, they take your blood and they send it to the hematology department, whereby we then have to assess that blood and see, are you fit to go into theater? Are your kidneys okay? Is your liver okay? Are your red cells enough to carry the oxygen in your body to ensure that you survive the theater experience or whatever surgery that you're going into? And so hematology specialty is a very intensive specialty. It's rated as one of the hardest specialties amongst, not to say other specialties are not hard, but it's been rated as one of the difficult ones. And it was an interesting challenge to go into at the time.
Okay, so when we do, like those blood samples and things like that, and then, okay, thank you for actually unpacking that, in a very simplified manner. Now let's go to the aesthetics, you said. Yeah. What is it, and how is it different from dermatologists, for example?
So an aesthetics medical doctor is a doctor who specializes in aesthetic medicine, in a sense that we do a combination of your health, your body, and your skin all at the same time. A
I see.
dermatologist specifically does the skin, but an aesthetics doctor does, can go into regenerative medicine, into your body. We have people who do surgery, fat removals, all of that, fat freezing, and slimming type of services. In my practice, I also offer hair restoration for those who've lost their hair through traction alopecia. And on top of that, then there's the skin aspect, which is a big one for us. One of the main differences that I can say is that we do a lot of treatments in clinic, and we don't focus a lot on prescription treatments for your skin. We do the treatments in the clinic, and you come in regularly to enhance your beauty, to work with the natural, melanin rich skin, because that's my focus, that you have, without changing it, but bringing out that radiance, that beauty, that makes you absolutely confident when you go and stand in front of anyone. And that's what we do at this.
Yeah, and you look beautiful. You look beautiful. You look beautiful. Would you say your specialization or your specialty in a hematologist gives you an added advantage, because now you also understand what happens in the blood and how it shows itself on the skin? Do you think it gives you like an added advantage?
Definitely, because when you talk about, for example, platelet-rich plasma, which is a procedure where we take your blood, we spin it in a centrifuge, separating the red blood cells from the plasma. I know what's in the plasma. I don't even have to read it because I've studied it. I know that platelet-derived growth factors. I know that all the different ones, elements that we need in order to regenerate your skin. So it's almost like I went into school to prepare for aesthetics, so that when now I do the aesthetics, I understand, the cells, and I understand the melanin rich skin, I understand what it's composed of, and then type into Dr. NM Skin, which I'm sure we'll talk about later.
Okay, we will. So maybe even before we go there, you have chosen the theme for today because, listeners, we always ask our guests, to select the themes. I'm so fascinated by your choice of theme. You say the journey of creating the skincare the skincare line for a melanin-rich skin. What does that mean, and why did you choose, that theme?
I chose this theme, Dr. Hlami, because I want the young lady or the young gentleman out there to realize that the journey actually started in high school.
Mm,
It actually started as young, well, I could say high school, primary. It started from the foundation that I got. One
mm,
does not just wake up and, create something of that magnitude without having the correct foundation. So it's been a journey that has been coming throughout the years. And,
mm,
amazingly, on my 40th birthday, it all came together. So
mm,
I listened to some of the shows that you previously had, and I saw that that's how you unpack everything. And I wanted to tell my story to say that when you see a launch of that magnitude of a skincare line that's specifically for melanin rich skin, you don't
mm,
just start developing something like that out of the blue. It's from the hard work, the blood, sweat, and the tears throughout the years of, your undergrad studies, throughout the years of specializing in hematology, then going into aesthetics, then finally it all ties in together. And that dream that you had as a young girl, of seeing your L'Oreal Paris and your La Roche-Posay and all of those big
mm,
brands start to
mm.
come together, and you say, I can actually do this. I've got the knowledge and I'm going for it.
And bravo, and kudos to you, because I saw that you posted on your social media, and I'm like, wow, this is so beautiful. But I want us to talk a little bit about that melanin-rich skin. Because I look at your skin type, it's like me, and when we grow up, we are meant to believe that only those who are light skinned are beautiful, and do you think your inspiration also come from that, or how has been your experience?
Oh yes. So I grew up in a home where my older sister and my younger sister are fair skinned. They're light in complexion. They're
Mhm.
what we call the yellow bones in
Yes.
our slang in South Africa. And
Mm,
I'm right in the middle. And being one who was born darker, I always used to ask myself, okay, why do I look a little bit different from my sisters? But that
mm,
never really deterred me. And even continuing into my adult life, the perception of beauty has always been that of a light-skinned woman. And I didn't really quite understand that. And growing into understanding my own skin tone and
yeah,
understanding that there's beauty in the dark skin tone was
yeah.
absolutely amazing.
Okay, beautiful,
Are you still
beautiful.
there, Dr. Kami?
Yes, beautiful, beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking to Dr. Ntsako Mbokota. This is the African experience. Wow, what a beautiful, beautiful story. And you actually give, that, a melanin-rich, child out there to know that, they are beautiful as well. We are beautiful, dark as we are. There's one thing that I also do. I am into poetry. Yeah, so when I'm into poetry, I write poems, and what inspires me to write poem, it's based on the things that I see, the things that I observe, how I feel, that particular moment. So yeah, so I have a poem called, Unapologetically Black, and where I talk about the black is the color of my hair, but not my heart, and things like that, yeah. So this is really, really beautiful. We're going to take yet another commercial break. When we come back, I would like us to go right, to your company, the Dr. NM, Skin, because I know that is what everybody is waiting to hear, how that came about, and then what do you do there. So we're going to take yet another commercial break. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go away. This is the African experience.
Here it is. Streaming 24/7.
24/7.
Bold Moves Radio.
Bold Moves Radio.
Afrika nakupenda sana. Oh, Afrika nakupenda sana.
Yes, yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back. You know, this is Bold Move Radio because we are talking to people who have like bold moves. And the show is the African Experience. You are with me, Dr. Hlami Ngwenya. Wow. I'm talking to a powerhouse here. Her name is Dr. Ntsako Mbokota, all the way from Malamulele. Oh, now when I'm Malamulele, you know, you actually, produce really renowned, people. And I just love the story of, Dr. Ntsako. I'm just loving what I'm hearing. So, Dr. Ntsako, before we went on an ad break, I wanted to ask you about the company that you founded. And I think you just launched it, and it's called Dr. NM Skin, and as whatever that word that I struggle to to pronounce. Tell us a bit more about that company. And DJ Messi, I would like you to prepare some pictures so that we can see all about it. Yeah, tell us about that company.
So Dr. NM Aesthetics is a aesthetics medical practice that was founded in 2001,
Okay.
right in the pandemic. Came the call to really start this aesthetics medical practice. So what we do is we integrate the medical knowledge that I've gotten through our to bring premium solutions to the melanin-rich skin. Our focus is mainly on pigmentation and acne in the melanin-rich skin, and also the regenerative medicine. So I work specifically in regenerating patients who've had long COVID, patients who've had issues of just anxiety, depression, and even back pain, aches, and all of that. The regenerative process of bringing them back to their prime, but then at the same time also working on their skin to ensure that they look absolutely beautiful. And the body, let's not forget about the body, because that also plays a huge role in how we feel and how we project ourselves.
Well, this is so beautiful, and I'm loving this because I work in the agri space, and in agriculture we also use the word regenerative agriculture, which is more about your holistic kind of practicing agriculture, taking care of the soil, taking care of the environment and those kind of things. And I feel there are some similarities, but you are doing it through the medical health that we are part of. Like I say, I think for me you are a trailblazer because the things that you are saying, are things that are not necessarily in the mainstream. I'm hearing it for the first time, and so you are kind of you are makombandlela in that space. What gave you the energy, even the guts, to say, I'm going to do something that has not been done by many people? Were you not scared to say no, because not many people have done this? Now I can't, do that. But you just, say this is exactly what you want to do.
No, you know what? From my talk so far, I've only been telling you about all the highlights, the joys, the highs, and all the achievements. I really think every great thing is birthed through pain. So I've got a story to tell. We know when the pandemic hit, I contracted something that we call long COVID. And at that time, we did not know what it was. And it was through my experience of going through different doctors and all of that, trying to explain, to find what was actually wrong with me. Did I actually go into the proper schooling of regenerative medicine? And that is through my own personal experience. And funny enough, even Dr. NM Skin, because of the effects of that really dark period in my life, My skin burst into acne and pigmentation that was unexplainable. And it was only through the combination of the actives that, we had to go into the lab and formulate. Do I now have this? Yes, yes. So it's things are birthed through pain. There is some story that has to occur. I cannot just come here and project that, oh, Dr. Ntsako has it easy. My gosh, she goes into hematology and then she jumps into this and that and that. No, there's actually a period where you walk through a dark stage in your life. And when that light comes, it directs you into your purpose. And
Yes.
that purpose is to be this trailblazer who has this unique type of practice that offers unique solutions. And the ladies and the gents who've had the privilege of coming to get the regenerative medicine can attest to that it's unique, it's a unique way of offering solutions out there. And we are targeting to become our prime, the best versions of ourselves, and we're doing it through cutting edge medicine, using the scientific knowledge that we've gained throughout the years, putting it all together and bringing it out to our people, the melanin rich people.
I love that. I just feel the passion, in your voice. But I also I like the fact that you are sharing your own personal journey. So when somebody will come to your practice and they have that condition where nobody knows, you'll know exactly how it feels, to have somebody not knowing what you are suffering from. And, you put all your knowledge. I like it. You're boasting about the knowledge and science. And oh, you know what? I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Yes, yes, yes. Kudos. I'm loving it. And thank you so much for sharing. Sometimes I always tell people that sometimes when we tell about how good we are, people will tell you, oh no, but these people are boasting and all that. But yes, you are good. You are good at what you are doing. The fact that you managed to actually birth, this Dr. NM. So NM, that would be Ntsako Mbokota, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, that is Ntsako Mbokota.
Okay, DJ Messi, show us some pictures because I want people to actually see what we are talking about here. We are good at following our guests. Okay, so can you see that picture? What's going on there? Okay, so let's see. Yeah, there we go. Yes, Dr. Ntsako,
Like,
can you see the picture? Yes.
yes, I can see the picture. So that is one of my clients who came in basically to get a regenerative skin procedure. That is me just cleansing her, but she was coming in for a platelet-rich plasma treatment, which means that, we put her on the bed, we numb the skin, we pull some blood, put it in the centrifuge, and we inject that back into her skin. And she's also, a trailblazer of note in her own right. She's a seeker. She wants to look her prime and have her skin really, really taken care of as well. We also inject her with the different IV drips that we offer at the practice to ensure that, when you are a trailblazer, when you're a hardworking woman as a mom and all of that at the same time, you do struggle with issues like fatigue and burnout syndrome. And that's where the regenerative system comes in, whereby we help you to come back to your prime once again and be that strong lady that you are.
Wow, I love that. DJ Messi, some more pictures there. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna see some more pictures. I'm loving this. So if somebody is listening and they love what they're hearing and they wanna, okay, maybe I'll pose the question. Let's see the picture there. There we go.
Oh, yes. So that is our brand new skincare line called Dr. NM Skin. Dr. NM Skin has been formulated for our melanin-rich skin, which means for our darker skin. And you may ask yourself, why would we specifically have a skincare line for melanin-rich skin? And how are we different from our Caucasian brothers and sisters? There are cells in our skin called melanosomes, and the melanosomes hold the pigment called, melanin, which makes me this complexion. Dr. Hlami has a little bit less melanin than I have, which makes her a little bit lighter. So, what the only difference between us and our Caucasian counterparts is that our melanosomes are active, right?
Okay.
So with the active melanosomes, we get prone to more melasma. We get prone to more pigmentation. You've seen, our older ladies as we grow into their 50s, they have this dark patch around their cheek. That is melasma. That is from just a continuous a harmful effect of UV rays. And we've grown up thinking if we're dark, we don't need to put anything on our skin. We're going to be fine. But we've actually come to realize that no, that's not the case. When you hit your 35 and above, you start to see your skin changing. You start to see either from hormonal changes and whatnot that these issues are starting to come up for. So the only way we can combat those issues is by having something called tyrosinase inhibitors. So in that pathway, I'm going to try and simplify it, of production of melanin, there is something called your tyrosinase, which is a key ingredient to the production of that melanin, to making those melanosomes very active. So we have compiled a few tyrosinase inhibitors scientifically in the lab to inhibit that tyrosinase, to ensure that you don't get to a stage where you have that pigment. But the key thing is that you do not lose your complexion. So there have been other products which, will brighten and lighten you and change you from the complexion that, you were born with to something else. And that's where you see yourself changing. But we have formulated a skincare line that keeps your complexion. The pride and joy of me being, this dark still remains, but then I'm radiant, I'm beautiful. I do not have that pigment or that acne, and that's what we're trying to get to.
Wow. It is so beautiful how you explain this. I can tell that I'm not just, talking to, when you go to the stores and people are selling you, like your skin, products and all that, they'll just, but you can tell that you are talking to somebody who do not only understand the skin, but also understand, the blood, and it's so deep, how you're explaining this. This is so, so, so beautiful. So if there's somebody who's listening, me too, I'm actually excited about this. Where do we get, your products?
Oh, yes. So we've got a few platforms. The first one is we've got our online store, which is drnmskin.co.za. So you just type in Dr. NM Skin and it should come out definitely, the online store. We're also available on all social media platforms. I'm available on Instagram at Dr. NM Aesthetics, on TikTok at Dr. NM Aesthetics, and on Facebook at Dr. NM Aesthetics. Then we're also available specifically on Instagram at Dr. NM Skin and on Facebook at Dr. NM Skin. And those platforms are the platforms that I use specifically to teach. Like you say, this is a new field, a trailblazer. So our people need to understand what exactly it is that is happening. So on those social media platforms, I actually do post on a daily basis. That's how committed I am. Yeah. Something about what we do, something to educate us about how to take better care of our health, our body, and our skin. And the last part is our email. You can get us at drnmaesthetics.co.za or info@drnmskin.co.za. And then we're available also on WhatsApp, if I can remember that number correctly. Let me just check it. Oh yeah, and I didn't write it down, but we are also available on our phone lines. On our social media, you'll be able to get us there as well.
So, so in terms of your practice, where are you? Where are you based? And yeah, where are you based?
So, Dr. Tami, you've actually caught us at such an amazing time because we are actually growing. We've birthed our second location. Okay, I'll talk about the first location. We
Okay.
are in Morningside Center, number 173 Rochester Place,
Mhm.
Rivonia Road, Morningside Center. That's the
Okay.
first location. And
Mhm.
then we have birthed a Dr. NM Wellness Spa, which now incorporates trigger points, massage therapy, and all those other therapies in Toyando. Yay, I'm so excited about that because I'm bringing it back home. In
Yeah.
Toyando at
Mm.
Rensha Palace and Spa, which is located in Dumasi, at Dumasi in Toyando.
This is so, so beautiful. This is so beautiful. You're taking it, home. This is so inspiring. I'm so, so, so inspired by, what you are doing, the energy that you put into it, but also the passion that I feel in your voice. It just says it all. Huh. And you spoke about, how different, your packages, are and all that. Perhaps if somebody is listening and they want to know what kind of services you provide, can you take us through that?
Yes, I can definitely take you through. And I'll break it down through health,
Yeah.
body, and spirit. So
Okay.
in the health topic of services, we offer the regenerative medicine. So a lot of young ladies or older ladies struggle
Mhm.
with what we call gut health. And with gut health, that ties into everything that then falls into that big symptoms where you lethargic, you've got brain fog, you've got acne, pigmentation, you're not operating at your prime. So we really treat the gut at Dr. N Aesthetics to bring you back to your prime level. And the gut is really compromised after traumatic experiences, after a huge stressful event. Having children can
Mhm.
compromise your gut quite significantly. You know, just this high-paced life that we're living can really compromise your gut, and you're not eating the right food. So gut health is a big one that we really do. Then in the regenerative medicine, we have scientifically formulated IV drips that target different conditions.
Okay.
So from your chronic backache to chronic diseases, we
Mm.
are looking at reversing the target organ damage that has occurred.
Mm.
And with the experience of being a hematologist, look
Mm.
into your blood and be able to see what could be going on and we infuse what is needed to bring you back to your prime.
Mm.
So I've spoken about chronic pain, we treat insomnia, chronic fatigue, brain fog. We treat different, really different types of conditions through that.
Mm.
That's the health aspect, right?
Mhm.
Then the body aspect. With the body, we can start from the crown of your head, your hair.
Mm.
Hair loss can occur. It's called alopecia, which occurs through different ways. You can have stress-related alopecia, traction alopecia with your braids and your straight backs and all of that. And that's where we come in to offer different solutions to bring back the hair loss, to bring back the hair that was lost, all the way up to taking you to theater and having your hair transplanted back to you. So
Mm.
we really offer that whole range. But coming down to your body, ladies specifically want to lose weight and gentlemen. So we offer a lot of weight loss solutions. And then, of course, your cellulite treatment. Then
Mm.
the skin, which is a big one. My focus in the practice is really pigmentation and acne because you can do a whole lot of things. You can treat infections in the skin, you can treat all the different things, but I've honed in to what I'm passionate about, and that's acne and pigmentation in the melanin rich skin. And that's
Mhm.
where Dr. NM Skin comes in, which, if you come in, you get your consult, we assess your skin, we see what it needs, we start with the treatment, and then you take home the Dr. NM skincare products and
Mm.
you get back to your client.
Hey, this,
Oh,
this,
yes,
this.
and I
Mm.
didn't mention the wellness spa. So the
Yes.
wellness spa then includes all of those services. And then, of
Mhm.
course, we we really need some time out. Eh?
Yeah,
Dr. Sami, we really work hard.
I
So
know.
I love spa. So I'm like, we integrate that into Toyando and we bring you into a premium spa experience. You come in and you get your massages, you go into a large jacuzzi and you have, the experience of a doctor there to assist you with whatever issues you have, your health, your body, your skin, while you're in a relaxing environment. So
Wow. This is really a holistic approach, to medicine, which is so beautiful. You talk about the health, your body, your skin, and your wellness. That that is really, really a very good, package. And I'm thinking, I'm based in Cape Town normally. Oh, actually, now I'm actually talking to you from Rwanda. Um, but I'm just here for 2 weeks, then I'll go back. Have you ever considered, and I don't know if it's something that it's allowed in a medical, a space, really having this virtual consultation, because I'm thinking you are in Johannesburg and I'm in Cape Town and I really want to talk to you. Do you offer, these kind of, virtual consultation? And if yes, how will that look like? Or is it even allowed in the medical space? Doc, Doc, are you still there? DJ Missy, maybe we take a quick, commercial break. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is the African Experience. You are with me, Dr. Hlami Ngwenya. We just had a very short, technical glitch there. We're still talking about, this beautiful, beautiful soul, Dr. Ntsako Mbokota. Wow, what a story, what a journey. Things that I never really expected, to hear from somebody who looked like me. N'wana wa le ka Malamulele, really, really, she's a trailblazer. She's really getting into spaces where some of us actually never knew existed. And she brings that, with a lot of passion. I just love the way she's approaching, her medical, practice so holistically. And she talks about, the regenerative, medicine. I know of the term, in agriculture, because we talk about the regenerative, agriculture. But the way she's unpacking it, from the medical, point of view, this is so beautiful. Her practice, they are dealing with the issues around your health. And she talks about, the gut health and, bringing you to your prime, and the body, the skin, the wellness. Such a beautiful, beautiful story. But I also like where she started. She started as a medical practitioner. She specialized in something that I was hearing for the first time. She specialized in a hematologist, when they looking at your blood and really understanding what is going on in your blood and all that. But then she took it over to really specialize in, aesthetics. Oh my God, that is one word that I'm really, really struggling with. But anyway, and doing that. And I'm looking at, her story. It's such a beautiful, beautiful story. Doc, yes, so I was still, asking about whether you do this online, consultation, if somebody will be interested, to do that, and how does it work?
Yes. So we've been doing online consultations since 2021. So it's with the COVID pandemic, a lot of the consults went virtual, and we've kept it, but
I think the line it's so jealous. The line is so jealous, DJ Messi, because we want to hear, like, that last mile of, what the doc has in store for us. DJ Messi, do you have, some more pictures that we can show of, the work, that Dr. Ntsako is actually doing? I'm so, so, so excited about her story. And the fact that, it's somebody who's coming, from Malamulele, and she's really, really a trailblazer. DJ Messi, any more pictures that we can show? Okay, Doc. Internet leya ijela zela manje loko that last mile, yes. Yes. So we only have 4 minutes, to go. What will be actually there was one question that I wanted to ask you even before. But other than that, you started something called, Dare to Dream or something like that. I think just tell me a little bit more about that. I even forgot, to ask that, yeah? Your social
oh,
responsibility and yeah.
yeah, Dare to be Great is our NPO. Dare to be Great is our NPO. It's also called Dare to be Great, Jesus is Lord. It's the NPO which is more, on the spiritual side of things, on the Christian side of things, because that's my faith.
Mm,
Um, and it really stems from the dark period in my life whereby I really felt that the greatness in me was lost because of what I went through, the sickness and all of that. And when
mm,
Dare to be Great came, it really is a a beacon of hope to say, despite the odds, despite the darkness that you're going through, there is light.
yeah.
So dare to pursue that light, dare to pursue what you've been called to be. What dare
Mm,
to go for it. And
mm,
it ties into having that grit. It ties into having that someone might even call it the audacity to pursue things that haven't been tried before.
yeah.
And you look at it and you're like, how can you trailblaze or go into those particular sectors? It's because you need to understand the foundation of who you're sitting on, or who you rely on, and you then dare to pursue those things because he's
Yeah.
Lord. He is Lord.
I love that. I love, how you play around, you play around with words, dare to dream. Thank you so, so much. And I know this is the hour of your time, and you spend the hour with me and really sharing your story. It's such a beautiful, beautiful story. I'll be following you on your social media. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is Dr. Ntsako Mbokota Makombandlela. She is really our Makombandlela. And thank you so much. And I hope, there's somebody who's listening who will be inspired by the story, and really, really, they too will dare to dream. What is your parting shot? What is the last, words that you want to say as we close, the Women's Month, and talking to a young child or a young man in South Africa? What is your parting shot?
My parting thought will be, you know what? Really, let us try our best to exercise gratitude. Let us be thankful for what we have. Let us try our best not to look at our circumstances and see them as hindrances to what we can actually do. Let us be grateful, and when you you wake up in the morning and you exercise that gratitude and you say, listen, I'm grateful that I'm here. I'm still here, able to pursue my dreams. And because of that, I know that there's a future that is coming. So when you exercise that gratitude, really, it's going to lead you into more and more things. But however, when we look at our circumstances and we look at what surrounds us, those are the hindrances that really stop our progress. So my parting words are, let us be grateful. And I'm talking to myself
Yes.
specifically as well. Let us be grateful for what we have. Really, we are doing a lot of things. The melanin-rich child is rising up to the occasion and doing things that have never been done before. And we really need to be thankful to have such opportunities. Those who came before us really fought the fight for us to occupy these spaces. So let's occupy them with gratitude.
I love it. And let us dare to dream. That's such a beautiful. Don't be surprised. Logo Senugu, I've got a poem called, Dare to Dream, and I will dedicate, that poem to you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we have the time for. This is the African experience. It was such a beautiful, beautiful hour that we spent, with Dr. Ntsako. And I would like to say thank you to our technical producer, DJ Messi, and the whole Bold Moves Radio team. And thank you. I see you next week. Next time, same platform, we bring you yet another trailblazer. Thank you so much. This is what we have time for, and God bless. Thank you.